Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV. Today we're looking at rewards that came from the Hildibrand questline added in patch 6.55. The main reward is a mount, as most of you have probably already seen. We'll get to that in a moment and read the text on that. But the other things you can actually get from this include not only a weapon, obviously if you do the weapon upgrade series for your new relic, but also there are 2 triple triad cards, one of which is obviously acquired from the Gilded Araya itself, which means you have to go and fight Azura. Now Azura is a bit of a potato. She doesn't seem to drop the card like at all. I've done this so many times, I don't know, maybe over 20 times so far, which is rookie numbers, I know, but she refuses to give me the card. Fran, my girlfriend, however, she got it in her first run, so we actually have this screenshot of what the card looks like. It's number 390, and it's Azura. It says, 3-fold of visage and 6-fold of arm, the belligerent Azura belongs to the pantheon of Manusha, venerated by the people of Thavnia. Her dominion over war makes her unpopular with the common folk, yet she has a zealous adherent in the merchant Van Hoody, a man who equates the struggle to amass wealth with righteous battle. But there we go, it's 9 north, 5 east, 7 south, and 6 west, if you're interested. It's not a bad card, actually. It's a 4-star. It's okay, it's nice to add to the collection if I had it. But one of the cards I can get is actually from the Triple Triad vendor in the Gold Sorcer for MGP. So you might have wondered, why did it say on the patch notes that there were new items to get with MGP? It was a card, just one card. So if we go to the Triple Triad trader over here in the main section, the entrance square, you will find, if you tick the box, the Poo Poo card, which for some reason will cost you 5454 MGP. I don't know if this is a reference, 5454. I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me in the comment section if that's something I'm not reading into properly. And of course, this card is right at the end. I think it's on page 13 for me. I'm slacking on my collections, by the way. I need to get more of these. And it is 389, so right next to Azura, if I had her. It says, Poo Poo, I hail Poo Poo, Poo Poo, from a star, Poo Poo, a great distance from here. Of course, you can get this in the Gold Saucer for that amount of MGP. We have 5 north, 7 east, 4 south, and 3 west. It's not actually a bad card. It's a 2-star card, and it's Poo Poo, one of the best characters from the Hildibrand storyline, and easily one of my favorite characters in this game at the moment because of the Final Fantasy VIII reference. And speaking of which, if we want more of Poo Poo, of course, there is a mount as the final reward from a quest, and obviously let's go and look at that together. As you can see, it's actually just about to go to nighttime, which ordinarily I would complain about. We'll get some daytime footage as well, but I thought it would be nice to show off this mount in the nighttime as well, because it does actually have some lighting. So this is the UFO Mount. Summon forth your UFO and experience the sensation of an alien abduction, which sounds like a terrible recommendation. While appearing to be identical to Poo Poo's starship, this replica lacks certain functionalities such as a matter duplication facility, which in light of recent events is probably for the best. It is also unable to shrink you to a size to fit in the cockpit, meaning you do not so much as ride as you are dangled around in its tractor beam. The hidden text, if we highlight over the patch here, says, The Truth receives a large number of reports from readers claiming to have observed unidentified flying objects. There is a quote of Delian. So this particular mount, obviously, Final Fantasy VIII was the first time I ever saw this this existing. It was always a bit of a a meme, a bit of a gag, obviously, because it's a flying saucer, and it fits perfectly into the Hildibrand storyline if you think about it. And much like it says on the text, you cannot fit into the actual main capsule compartment, and if we zoom in pretty close to that, you could also make out like a chipset, like a motherboard or a PCB inside, which is quite entertaining. So there's like a CPU or something, or like, I don't know, VRM slots Very interesting, very funny. And then we've got that bright green pom, like toggle at the top, which is quite cute. And then your character is literally being suspended via the actual beam itself, which is pretty awesome. I love that. There's just so many references there, isn't there? And the way it moves them, as you could see, in fact, what we should do is we should put the sound up a bit. We'll just turn off the ambient effects for a second. Now, there is something in the patch notes, a known issue, where it's supposed to have audio, where it's stood right now. It's supposed to have like a hover effect noise or something like that, but they are aware of it, and they do want to fix it in the future. But for some reason, it's lacking a sound file, which is a shame. But at least when you move, you get that, and when you fly, it does the whole amazing stuff. And as you can see, it just sort of wobbles around. It's definitely unique. It might be one of the coolest mounts they've put into the game in a very long time. I say that quite often, I feel, but it is very true. It's very bright. It's perfect. Of course, this is slightly damaged and bent because it's the one that was repaired, if you remember. Or at least a replica of. Yes. Very cool stuff. So we got the Poo Poo minion. We got the Poo Poo Mount. What's next? What would you like to see next in Hildibrand, especially? I think the emotes, personally. There are some really, really great emotes in the Hildibrand thing, especially the dancers and stuff. They really went to town this time around with not only an hilarious storyline, but quite a fun little trial. And all those different facial expressions and things. It always makes you wonder how much of the budget they spent just on the Hildibrand storyline for these patches. And I appreciate them, and I know there's lots of people who also do as well. But there we go. That's the UFO mount. I am so happy to have this one in my collection, and I really have no idea what we could get next. But I'm excited to see what the future holds for Hildibrand. And hopefully Dawntrail doesn't keep him in the dark for too long, because I can only imagine what Hildibrand would do in Solution 9. Oh boy. Anyway, much love. Let me know if you've got these yet. Definitely recommend doing the Hildibrand storyline, even if you're just going for, you know, a weapon or something to unlock the weapon process. Always a laugh. Always a laugh. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.